Yeah, hi there. These comments are for S, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at Stealth, the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT, and I just read your essay. So kind of good and bad news. I think the good news is your structure or organization is pretty good, but you are having, I think, some limitations with your grammar and your vocabulary, so it's making it a little bit difficult for you to express some of your ideas, right? So let's focus more on the language issues, but I think the one idea is making our places, you want to say noisy, not noise, but you want to use an adjective there, not a noun, but you said making problems in daily life and having no private places. The noise thing is fairly specific. So I would say making problems in daily life, when you go to that paragraph, it looks like, I would say maybe creating unsightly trash is probably a better topic than the one that you wrote. Because if you look at that third paragraph, you're talking about how the moviegoers might be throwing trash on the ground, which will make things dirty and smelly, right? So you could probably recreate that second idea. And then the having no private places, I'm not really sure what that means, and you're not really spending enough details in there to help develop the idea. And also in that paragraph, you say a lot of people come to this place and make noise. But you've already been there and done that. You talked about that idea in the second paragraph, so you want to be careful that you don't unnecessarily repeat something that you've already said. You want to try to bring up different ideas in those different body paragraphs. I think that would be important for you. But let's take a look at each paragraph, and I'm going to go over some basic ideas that I think can help you a little bit with either organization or language use issues. So with the first one, let's look at your thesis. You say, I will oppose this plan because of 3 reasons. Instead of a semicolon, use a colon there, the ... That introduces making our places noisy. I would say noisy, not noise. And how about creating trash and bad smells in our neighborhood, comma, and maybe having no private places. Okay, let's go to your next paragraph. You say the first reason why I oppose, I would say, a movie theater. How about this? The first reason why I oppose building a movie theater in my neighborhood, I would probably say, I would take the word to build and change that to building, and then put why I oppose building a movie theater in my neighborhood is maybe the noise that will be created from the new venue, maybe, you might say. So you might want to write that down. When you use the word venue, V-E-N-U-E, venue refers to a building type structure. And that way you don't have to keep repeating movie theater, and you're demonstrating you have a little bit better vocabulary. Okay, so that would be one change I might make with your second paragraph. So let's go to your third paragraph, and I'll make maybe another change, maybe language use or whatever. So here you say the second reason why I oppose. Again, see, you don't want to do this, you're using exactly the same grammar in each sentence. If you look at the first sentence of paragraph 2, 3, and 4, you don't want to do that, and it's not even correct. You could probably rewrite it, but even if it is or were correct, it's not demonstrating sentence variety. So you want to try to show you have a combination of different kinds of structures. You might want to say, the second reason why I oppose a new movie theater in my neighborhood is because of the trash that will be created from the moviegoers, maybe. Right? You might say that. That might be a better way to rewrite that particular idea. Then you might want to say the third reason why I oppose building a movie theater in my neighborhood is having no private places. See, this is the one where it kind of throws you off a little bit, off the cliff a little bit, so to speak. is, what does it really mean, private places? Because I don't understand that. Because you have your house, that's a private place. I mean, if you don't want to be distracted by the theater, you can simply go at home, close your door, close the windows, and you probably won't have a lot of distraction. So you see a lot of people come to this place and make noise, not noisy, you should say. As when I want private places, it will not, I wouldn't say it that way. How about this? Say, therefore, there will be no private places because the movie is going to show all day long. And I don't know that private places is the right thing. Maybe you're trying to argue here is the building of the new movie complex will create an unnecessary influx of traffic to the area. There'll be a lot more traffic than what there was before. And of course, that could be time consuming to you and also noisy, right? So in any way, that paragraph is not well supported at all. If you take a look at it, so you're looking at approximately maybe 45 words there. You want to try to go more to 50 to 100 words for each of your paragraphs. That way you show you have a little bit more depth and complexity of thought. Okay, so let's take a look overall with the writing. So I think that if I give you a score here, you're going to score in the 2 range for sure, right? So you're a little bit limited. You're not very comfortable using a combination of what I call basic and advanced type sentence styles. You have a tendency to try to use a certain sentence, and then you'll use that a lot in the writing, but you don't have a lot of good sentence variety. So you want to work on that. How do you do that? Go through my grammar lesson number 1. It talks a lot about sentence variety and how you can choose the most appropriate type sentence in your writing. I think also you want to work more on your details, on providing more details to support your generalizations. I think that's also very important for you. So how do you solve that problem? This is actually pretty complicated, but you can do it, but it's going to take a lot of work on your part. You're probably looking at about 3 months, but here's what I recommend. You want to learn the words in my vocabulary lesson number 3. Learn those first, that's 200. When you get done with those, then learn the lessons in vocabulary lesson number 4. That'll give you another 500 college level words, and then learn another 500 words in TOEFL vocabulary lesson 5. And then the last 500 you can study and master is in my TOEFL vocabulary lesson 6. If you master those words, it will greatly expand your ability to discuss things in more specific detail. So that's very, very important for you. Now also, with some of the grammatical problems you're having, and you're having a lot of issues with word choice, punctuation, and sentence structure, I recommend that you start practicing in my grammar lesson number 7. If you're not sure how to practice this lesson, come by my office. I'll be happy to show you how it works. But you go to it's a website. It's called A Writer's Reference by Dana Hacker. And I'd recommend maybe 2 to 3 hours a week you spend directly online at that website working on the grammar and the writing exercises. That's going to really help you minimize the number of errors you're making right now. And you're actually making a lot of errors in your writing. Okay, so those are some of my recommendations. And your score right now, I'm going to put you at about 2.0 out of 5. Or 14 points out of 30 right now. So now, in this particular video, you know your score, you know some of your strengths and weaknesses as a writer, and you also know what you can do to change some of what your problems are. And you can do this. It's just a matter of working on a regular basis, specifically solving these vocabulary and these grammatical issues. Anyway, thank you very much for completing this particular practice test. And by the way, so you scored 2.0 out of 5. That's going to put you at 64% out of 100 on this particular assignment. All right, thank you.